Last week, we announced charges against Samuel Bankman-Fried for a sweeping fraud scheme that contributed to FTX's collapse, and for a campaign finance scheme that sought to influence public policy in Washington. As I said last week, this investigation is very much ongoing, and it's moving very quickly. I also said that last week's announcement would not be our last, and let me be clear once again, neither is today's. I want to make two announcements. First, I'm announcing that the Southern District of New York has filed charges against Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of Alameda Research, and Gary Wang, a co-founder of FTX, in connection with their roles in the frauds that contributed to FTX's collapse. Both Ms. Ellison and Mr. Wang have pled guilty to those charges, and they are both cooperating with the Southern District of New York. Let me reiterate a call that I made last week. If you participated in misconduct at FTX or Alameda, now is the time to get ahead of it. We are moving quickly, and our patience is not eternal. Second, I'm announcing that Samuel Bankman-Fried is now in FBI custody and is on his way back to the United States. He will be transported directly to the Southern District of New York, and he will appear in court before a judge in this district as soon as possible. Many individuals in the Bahamas and in the United States contributed to the swiftness of the defendant's return, and I want to thank the Bahamas for its outstanding assistance and excellent coordination with us. I also want to thank our partners at the United States Embassy in the Bahamas and the Justice Department's Office of International Affairs. And finally, I want to thank the FBI for moving mountains to get this done. This was a true team effort. Finally, I want to thank the career prosecutors from my office who are handling this case. We continue to work around the clock, and we are far from done.
Caroline, she's the reason for the work. I hope she on the way to the club trying to put her makeup to find a baller and crash into a ditch. Just playing. Bienvenidos, beautiful people. We have another day in the life of Sam Bankman-Fried. So y'all heard it there. Caroline and Mr. Wayne, they basically are cooperating, and that means they are snitching and telling every possibly thing that they know to possibly get their sentence broken down. All right, we are not about to waste too much of your time. We're just getting right to the nitty gritty. Ellison, who is in addition to running Bankman-Fried crypto trading firm, it was also his ex-girlfriend, pleaded guilty to 7 counts that a mirror of significant portion of Bankman-Fried's incident. Bankman-Fried's indictment. Her charges include conspiracy to commit wire fraud, security fraud, and commodities fraud and money laundering. She faces up to 110 years in prison. Ooh, that's a lot, but with good cooperation, she would probably do 40 years. You know, she'd better get out just a little. Oh, Juan, a co-founder of FTX, pleaded guilty to 4 conspiracy and fraud-related counts. He faces up to 50 years of prison that will calculate to 25, possibly 13 years if everything go good and all that stuff. Both of them each. Now, how was they both released at the same bond if her stuff is double? So shouldn't her bond be double? Ellison and Juan, who was each released on a $250,000 bond, inked their plea agreement and formally entered guilty pleas in front of a federal judge in Manhattan at a sealed proceeding on Monday. While no sentence can be promised, if they are considered helpful to the case and do not violate the agreement, prosecutors are expected to recommend a lighter sentence. Agreement basically mean y'all gonna snitch and tell every single thing y'all know. And with good old Sam Bankman-Fried, he is finally being transferred to the United States. He will be in New York, and they're gonna probably get him in court expeditiously. Only real update is he was allowed vegan food by his parents' request. He was separated from most of the inmates in a sick bay and was granted access to his very own cot, cable television, crossword puzzles, and his own phone line. Headline in his final days in the country. Nothing wrong with getting his own phone and all that stuff, because it's about to get a lot worse in the United States. and too many people ain't trying to talk to him because you know that that line is tapped. Don't want to do too much about that. That's really all today we have. Good old people, Caroline and Mr. Wong is doing a lot of telling and snitching, and Sam Bankman-Fried is coming to the States, and it is going down, baby. It is going down. Let me know y'all good old thoughts in the comments. What's popping with you and all that good stuff. Elevator research, Caroline Ellison pleads guilty, and all that stuff. I am Lando Sess. I will talk to you beautiful people later and keep y'all up to date. Let's go.